Hi everyone, welcome to the show. I'm so glad you're here. You know, life is full of surprises, and sometimes those surprises come in the form of awkward social situations. We've all been there, right? Like that moment when you forget someone's name or you accidentally say something totally embarrassing. Well, today we're going to tackle those awkward moments head on. We're going to laugh about them, learn from them, and most importantly, figure out how to handle them like pros. So, if you've ever wished for a handy guide to navigating those cringe-worthy encounters, you've come to the right place. Get ready to say goodbye to social awkwardness, because we're about to become masters of handling anything that comes our way. Let's do this. Okay, picture this. You're at a party and you see someone you recognize. You walk up, you start chatting, and then it hits you. You can't remember their name. Don't panic, we've all been there. The key here is to play it cool. Instead of fumbling and mumbling, just be honest. You can casually say something like, "I'm so sorry, but I've completely forgotten your name." Most people are understanding and they'd rather you ask than pretend to remember. We've all been so excited to share our thoughts that we accidentally cut someone off mid-sentence. It happens. The important thing is to acknowledge the interruption and apologize sincerely. Try saying something like, "Oh my gosh, I am so sorry. I got so caught up in what I was saying that I completely interrupted you. Please continue." They'll appreciate the gesture and you can go back to your regularly scheduled conversation. Silence can be a real conversation killer, but it doesn't have to be. Instead of letting the silence stretch on forever, try steering the conversation in a new direction. Think about some easy conversation starters. Maybe ask about their weekend plans, a recent movie they've seen, or even just how their day is going. Remember, a little small talk can go a long way. Sometimes a joke goes over our heads, and that's okay. It happens to the best of us. The key is to avoid pretending you understood. Instead, just politely ask for clarification. You can say something like, "I'm sorry, I think I missed something there. Could you explain the joke again?" Most people are happy to explain, and you'll avoid any awkward misunderstandings. Small talk can be a little daunting, but it's all about finding common ground. Have a few go-to questions or topics in your back pocket to keep things moving. You could ask about their work, their hobbies, their favorite restaurants, anything that sparks a little conversation. Remember, the goal is to be interested and engaged, and you never know where the conversation might lead. Conversations are a two-way street, and it's important to find a good balance between talking and listening. Pay attention to the other person's body language. Are they engaged? Are they trying to get a word in? If you find yourself doing all the talking, take a breath and ask them a question. On the other hand, if you're a little more on the quiet side, challenge yourself to share a little bit more. It's all about finding that happy medium. When someone gives you a compliment, the best response is a simple and sincere thank you. Resist the urge to downplay the compliment or brush it off. Embrace the good vibes and let them know you appreciate their kind words. It's a small gesture that can make someone's day. We've all been there. You see a face you recognize, but you can't quite place them. Instead of letting the awkwardness consume you, just be upfront and say something like, "You look so familiar, have we met before?" Most people are happy to reintroduce themselves, and you can avoid any potential embarrassment. We all put our foot in our mouths from time to time. If you find yourself in an awkward situation where you've said something inappropriate, the best course of action is to apologize sincerely and move on. Don't dwell on the mistake or over-apologize. A simple "I am so sorry about that. I didn't mean to offend" is usually enough to diffuse the situation. Sometimes people ask questions that are a little too personal or cross a line. It's perfectly okay to set boundaries and politely decline to answer. You can say something like, "I appreciate you asking, but I'd rather not talk about that right now." Remember, you're not obligated to share anything you're not comfortable with. So there you have it, folks. A crash course in handling those awkward social situations that life throws our way. Remember, we all make mistakes, and these things happen to the best of us. The most important thing is to be kind, be yourself, and don't be afraid to laugh at yourself along the way. Life's too short to sweat the small stuff, right? Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share this video with your friends. And remember, be kind to one another. Bye, everybody.